on Facebook and on YouTube. You're welcome to join the conversation there. This is a call to financial experts who may be listening to us right now. Would like to get your thought as well on our conversation this morning. I have joining me right now Taiwo Edele, a fiscal policy partner and Africa tax leader at PwC. Taiwo, good morning to you and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Sheriff, and good morning, Nigerians.
Fantastic. Let's begin by what happened last week. How would you describe? Because I've heard so many experts call it different names, but how would you describe it? What is it really?
Yeah, so that's very important. You're right. We've had Naira devaluation, we've had unification, we've had all manner of descriptions. But I think sometimes it's not like one is right and the other is wrong. It's more about different perspectives that people are looking at it from. But essentially what has happened is before now, we have different windows, and I'm trying to avoid terminology. So we have different, maybe you should call it markets.
Okay.
Where you can get dollars. It's not only dollars, but let's focus on dollars. And then at different rates. So if you want to get school fees, payments abroad, there's a rate. If you're an airline, you're trying to repatriate your money, there's a rate. If you do RT 200, some of the initiative introduced by the CBN, it's a different rate. If you bring dollar for diaspora remittances, there's a different rate. If you're going for pilgrimage, so there were all manners of rates. And what this caused was it distorted the market, such that if you had dollars, you don't want to bring it into Nigeria because the law requires that you don't take it to the parallel market. You must give it to government. And government gives you a value that is less than what you know it's truly worth. So what they did last week was to say, you know what? The central bank will no longer place a limit on the rates at which Naira can exchange for foreign currencies, particularly the US dollars. We would allow willing buyer and willing seller. So you have dollars to sell. I want to buy dollars. We agree our rates, and that's it. So they opened up so this particular market is called I and E window, which is really investors and exporters window. That was what it was created for, but now it's going to accommodate everyone, not only investors and exporters. So when you go to that market, willing buyer, willing seller, you strike a deal and everybody is cool. So that's exactly what has happened. So I'll be reluctant to call it a devaluation because for some people, they were getting at 750 in the parallel market. Now, if the rate is down to 600 and something, for them it's actually an appreciation rather than a depreciation. But the guys who were getting it at 460, there were not very many, just a few privileged people. For those guys, it will feel like a depreciation of our currency.
Right. How does this affect? In fact, before we go to that part, let me just build on what you have said now. You said people can go to the investors and exporters window, I&E window to go and trade. But someone asked me this question last week, and I didn't have an answer for that person. And the person said, does it mean that as an individual, if I am in America and I have plenty dollars, can I bring such money into Nigeria to come and sell without going through any I&E window or even at the I&E window itself, or without going through my bank? Can I just put money and bring dollars in and come and sell?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. So unfortunately, the foreign exchange market is not like a market that you go to in Ojaoba and then you start. So the foreign exchange market is regulated and they're authorized dealers. So which means you can't just. In fact, it's not a physical market where you can go to and say I have dollars to sell. So the way it works is if you have plenty of dollars in America, of course, I don't encourage that you put the cash in your pocket and travel to Nigeria. But if you choose to do that and you bring the physical dollars to Nigeria, then you have to approach a bank or a BDC. But the most advisable way to do that is to do electronic transfer through your bank. So your bank is the one that will help you sell it at the IIN window and give you the equivalent Naira.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Taiwo. With the newly removed cap on deposit in the domiciliary account now, this makes it even a lot more easier, right?
Um, this makes it a lot easier, but it's not even deposit. That wasn't the limit that they removed.
Okay.
That limit, I believe, the limit that they removed is a lot more than that. So what has been the problem before?
Yeah.
Was that the central bank kept introducing all manners of controls and restrictions, including they will say that if you pay dollars into your DOM account in cash, you can't even take that money and use it to make electronic payments. You can't transfer it. The only way you can get that money out is to go back and withdraw it in cash. Then the amount you can spend on a daily basis or withdraw is limited to a certain amount. In fact, even on cards, they had limits. So what they have now said is, whether you even pay in cash to your account, you are free to use it through telegraph and electronic money transfer. So I even have a colleague who relocated to Canada, and this colleague had been buying dollars and saving it, in her account for so long, only to get to Canada and she needed to pay bills and she couldn't move the money. She was stranded because they said, "Oh, we're sorry. When you paid in the cash into your the dollar was paid into your DOM account in cash, and therefore you can't use it." So that didn't make sense. So I'm very glad now that restriction has been removed, because the more restrictions you have in place, the more difficult it is for people to trust the system, the more difficult it is for you to attract inflows, because if it's difficult for me to take money out, I won't come. Just imagine going to a party. You say this is the best party in Nigeria, but you are not guaranteed of leaving that party. Then who wants to go?
That's right.
So entry and exit are equally important.
Let's now move swiftly now. We're going to come to BDC operations in a moment, but we also need to touch on this since we're dealing with the banks now for this moment. Initially, the source of Forex for the banks used to be the CBN. Is CBN still the only source for deposit money banks now, or they can source from the IE windows or from individuals as well?
Yes, good question. So the CBN became the major or even only source of supply because they created the problems. So other sources of inflow of FX almost dried up completely. So before the CBN started introducing all manners of restrictions and controls, there was a time in the I&E window that there was too much dollar supply that even the CBN themselves were buying up dollars. So that Naira does not appreciate too much. Nigerians want Naira and dollar to be at par, but that's going to be a disaster. So from an economic point of view, you don't want your currency to appreciate too much. So we're getting billions of dollars from external sources, from investors, from businesses. Once they mess up the rule of that market, those sources dried up, and then we have to rely on CBN that didn't have enough and couldn't print dollars because it's now our own currency. Now that they're trying to loosen the space and allow market forces to prevail in price discovery, what you're going to find is gradually alternative sources of FS will start coming to the market, that even the CBN will only just have to sit by, watch, and look, and only intervene by selling and buying dollars if things become too volatile. Otherwise, the market will take care of itself.
Indeed. Now, let's go to how this affects the operations of the BDC, which is quite important in this conversation. How would you suppose this would affect them?
Yes, you recall that the BDCs, were stopped from getting dollars from CBN. CBN said you can continue with the operation, but we will not give you dollars to sell. Again, because there was so much opportunity for, we call it arbitrage, which is you can get it at a lower amount and go and sell it at a higher amount and make money for yourself. So, and there were thousands of BDCs were just opening up overnight because it became a very, very viable way to make easy money overnight. So once the CBN could no longer sustain that, they then stopped BDC to say, BDC will no longer give you dollars. You can continue your business, but go find your dollars that you will sell. Now that they have unified the exchange rates and they're trying to relax the rules, not all of them have been relaxed as of yet, maybe expectedly. What we expect will happen now is the BDC can also go to the market and go and look for their own dollars. And when they find their dollars, they can now go and sell subject to a spread of 1 naira, which means if you buy dollars at 600, you cannot sell it for more than 601 naira. You can only add a spread of 1 naira to the amount at which you bought it.
Indeed. Taiwo Idele, please hold your thought. I have I have a two-part question for you. But before then, let's go to the telephone lines and hear from Lagos, their understanding of what we've discussed so far. And of course, if they got questions for you, then they can put the questions to you as well. And we hear from them. Lagos, there you go. The lines are open now. 01-277-0993. 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. That's for the male callers. The female callers can call 01465-7190. If you're a male, you can call 0700-993-993-993. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. And we're streaming live on Facebook as we speak right now. You can drop your comment on there. We're also streaming live on YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3 as well. Please, when you're calling me, go straight to the point. I beg you. Good morning to you. Morning.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Yes, please. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Yes. I really appreciate your program and I appreciate your guests this morning. Yes, but there are some few things that I really don't understand. Concerning the FX free transaction, I want to know if it is possible to change the FX between Naira in mobile apps, or probably you can be able to, it's a kind of flexible transaction. Can you understand what I'm saying?
No, can you break that down?
What I mean is this. Now, I have a domiciliary account and I have dollars in it.
Okay.
And then when I go in to try to convert these dollars to Naira or to buy dollar with my Naira, and there is restrictions. So I want to know, does this also include that area of transaction?
Oh, yeah. I get your question now. Taiwo, do you have an idea? Have banks started doing that already?
Unfortunately, we are not at that point yet. I don't think that will happen anytime soon. The reason is that there's still a lot of documentation requirements in Nigeria for you to convert dollar to Naira, Naira to dollar. So if you just sit down at home and you just press your app and you convert, then they won't have any means of asking you for those documentation, right? So, so that is not possible as of yet.
Is that a direction to go, though?
I think so, because, by unifying the exchange rate, it does not mean that dollar is suddenly available in abundance, right? It will still take time. So which means if you don't manage that transition from the old regime to the new one, you collapse the Naira. So you still have to, so all the restrictions that we have in place now, you start lifting them gradually as inflows start coming in. So ideally, which is in many countries, you can go to your bank app and just move money between currencies, and it will convert and tell you the exchange rate.
Yeah.
But we don't have that degree as of yet.
All right. Let's take another call. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, please. Good morning to you.
Yeah, please. I would like to say, what is the control measure they put on the previous BDC to know how if they were selling above a certain benchmark, and how are they sure this will eventually work?
Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. Taiwo, incidentally, this is also part of the lineup of questions that I've got for you. Remember the old system that you mentioned earlier, they buy at a price normally from the central bank, and then they have the power to just inflate and speculate and all of that. Who is to say, the question of the last caller is, who is to say that this can't be hijacked as well? That the price, the hike can't be forced, by the BDCs by mopping up the dollars in circulation?
Yes, again, you have to always think about people are selfish, right? They're economic animals. So they look for what will benefit them, even if it doesn't benefit society and everybody else. So there's always the tendency for abuse. Yes. So that is why you find the central bank not, loosening all the restrictions and controls immediately. Now, the biggest control for BDC not to just do anything they like is actually market forces. And this has happened in Nigeria. It happened for many years that the difference between the official market and private market used to be one. And in fact, there was a time that the private market was slightly lower than the official market. The reason is that if you need dollars today and you can find that dollar in the official market at, let's say, 600, why would you go to the BDC? BDC is part of the official market anyway. But why would you go to, if you can get that 600 at your bank, why would you go to BDC and pay 650? So the reason why BDCs and some other actors can hike their own exchange rate is when there's no liquidity and availability in the official market, or you have the liquidity and availability, but the restrictions are too many. You ask people to go and bring tax clearance certificates, go and bring a passport, go and bring all manner of things. Maybe if you need only $200 and those requirements are too much and too onerous for you, you may then decide to go to another market where they will not ask you too many questions. So essentially, I think the answer to that question is it will be a combination of two things. One, regulatory oversight by CBN, and two, the efficiency of the market itself serving as a form of control.
You see, Taiwo, I'm looking at this from the angle of the banks now trying to compete favorably because, right now, I think to some extent they can compete favorably with the BDCs in case they are trying to play a smart move on them. So my question is, do banks, individual banks now, do they have that freedom to now adjust the rates according to market forces? Is that what is obtainable now? Let's say, for instance, hypothetically, BDC say, okay, you know what? Maybe they sell this thing for 750. Banks know if we go that way because CBN will caution them. Can banks also adjust to make sure that they tighten up that gap?
Yes, to be honest, it's not really banks because, again, banks also don't have dollars of their own that they are selling. So it's people bringing dollars to the bank and then people coming to the banks to buy the dollars. So banks are just like the intermediaries. So again, what it will go back to is the person that is bringing the dollars. It could be an exporter, it could be an oil company. When they are bringing their dollars, they say, I want to sell it at 650 or 700. That's you put a bid, a quote. So the bank will say, wait, I have people who are looking for dollars. Let me look at the rate at which they want to buy. And then you strike a deal, right? So it's not the banks to determine the rate, it's the market forces.
Right.
The only difference is that if you have BDCs, because their own regulatory scrutiny is less than those of banks, right? So because a bank cannot afford to lose their license, so they are more careful. BDC, if you lose your license, you go and find a way of registering another one. So their appetite for taking risk is much higher. So BDCs can mop up some cash and then, by doing all manner of things, then try to inflate the rate at which they... But again, if more liquidity is available within the banking system, then nobody will go to them and they'll be forced to bring their own price to the range of the official rate.
Indeed. Taiwo, we're going to take one call now as we prepare to head out for our first break. Then after the call, when we go on that break, we'll now come back to my two-part question. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff. How are you?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
You have to tell here from Ikeja.
Welcome.
You see, the question I want to ask is this. If you look at the news this morning, it now said you can now take maximum of 10,000 daily from your DOM account. And for instance, if I have about maybe bank A, bank B, bank C, 3 banks now, I have DOM accounts, that means I can have minimum of $30,000, maximum of $30,000 from each individual bank. Now, does it now, is it not going to amount to dollarization? So that's the question I want to ask him. Does it not go to amount to dollarization of the economy?
Dollarization
when we
of
have
the
our own
economy.
Naira alongside. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Taiwo, did you get that question? But please hold your thought. Let's head out. Let's take this break. When we return from this break, we'll answer him on dollarization of the economy. And that's a very valid question, though. Lagos, stay with us. We'll be back in a moment. It's time for a quick break. We'll be back.
No matter what you aspire to be in this life, sometimes you need somebody to hold you by the hand. Yes, you heard me right. So regardless of what profession you find yourself, you need mentorship and training. And trust me, talent is never enough. So if this is you, wanting to be a guru in the fashion industry or in the film industry, or you aspire to be a scriptwriter, radio presenter, musician, a theater performer, a dancer, this is something you should jump on. Do you know what I'm going to tell you? Just log on to www.wazobia.academy or www.wazobiaacademy.com for more inquiries on what I'm about to tell you, because I might not just tell you everything you need to know. But get this training that you're going to get in this academy is entirely on your mobile phone. You get up to 40% discount, highly subsidized fees with benefits. You even learn at your own pace, my dear. You get trained by local and international professionals, and wait for it, an opportunity to be selected to intern with leading organizations like Wazobia TV, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info FM, WEP Production, fashion brands in this our Lagos, and leading filmmakers. Let me tell you about the high professionals that will train you. We are talking Kenny Ogungbe of Kenny's Music, M.I. Abaga, Lisa Folawiyo, Kathy Dotun of Cool FM, The Energy God, Kayla Oniwo, Stanley Ohikware, Ifoma Fafunwa, Solomon Esang, Theo from France, and many others. So what do you have to do? Log on to www.wazobiaacademy.com or www.wazobia.academy for details and payment options, or just call 0908-826-5038. The number is 0908-826-5038. But note, Wazobia Academy will never ask you to make payment into a personal bank account, so beware of scammers and fraudsters, okay? Register now and start learning. Top learners to be selected for internship opportunities.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
I got stretch marks in my teens, so of course, when I became pregnant, I wanted to avoid them. I'd hear about bio oil all the time, so it was the obvious choice.
Bio oil helps improve the appearance of scars, stretch marks, and uneven skin tone. Bio oil is available in all leading pharmacies and shops and is available online on Jumia. To identify genuine bio oil products, look out for the Sproxil, scratch and text PIN, and be instantly rewarded with airtime. Bio oil skincare oil is clinically proven as safe for its intended use by adults, including pregnant women. In the unlikely event of skin irritation, please discontinue use.
Come and give me some flavor. Yeah, I want my flavor. Golden penny noodles. Yeah, that's where I get my flavor.
Golden penny noodles now available in chicken flavor, jollof chicken flavor, ghost meat pepper soup flavor, and jollof hot flavor nationwide. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Golden penny noodles. Me, I just want my flavor. Okay.
Oh, but wetin be the good news? I go Samsung store today to buy my A14 phone. They just dash me 17K like that. You dey whine nini? Samsung dey fling dey throw away plenty phones. They call am massive deals promo for some kind of ogbonge Samsung phones. Check am out. You go see say you go hammer. Yummy! Not the only A14 get this awoof o. 18K dash dey for A04s, 11K comot fiam for A03 core, and 10K for A04e. And then get travel adapter plenty for those who want buy A14, A24, A34, and A54. E just be abi. Go get your Samsung phones for authorized stores where they select. Make you for benefit from these massive deals. Hurry now, where market still dey o.
Uncle Dentist, what are cavities? And how does Colgate protect my teeth from cavities? Does it use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Most tooth pains are caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavities.
It's time to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Colgate is recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
We are all gathered here today to witness the joining of all 32 of you in blissful matrimony to Glow MiFi and Router. Do you, Wi-Fi enabled devices, Take this Glow MiFi and router as your lawful data plug?
Yes, we do!
Do you, Glow MiFi and router, promise to be there in good times and in Sakpa?
Yes, we do!
Now you may stay connected.
Enjoy a connected life with Glow MiFi and router. Get 60 gigabytes data bonus when you buy a Glow MiFi and 180 gigabytes data bonus when you buy a Glow router. And connect up to 32 Wi-Fi enabled devices. Available at Glow World shops nationwide. Glow Unlimited.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Julius, tell me in 20 seconds 5 things Samsung customer service has to offer.
1. Samsung offers 24 months manufacturer's warranty on all our products purchased from Nigeria authorized stores and dealers. 2. Samsung Care Plus, a screen repair cover for up to 12 months, activated for free within 30 days of your purchase. 3. Verified WhatsApp channel for easy and swift support and the Samsung customer service at your fingertips. 4. Samsung authorized service centers nationwide to cater to your Samsung products. And lastly, free delivery and installation of TVs, washing machines, refrigerators, air conditioners purchased in Lagos and Abuja.
And there you have it. For more information on Samsung customer service, check our Instagram page at Samsung_Nigeria. Send email to ngservice@samsung.com and call toll-free or WhatsApp on 0800-726-7864. That's 0800-SAMSUNG.
So, we went on the streets to ask people how they love Nescafe Multi.
This multi, that's sweet, oh!
I love it. Love it. Love it. Whoever added malt to Nescafe is a genius.
The way the coffee tastes, they mix with the sweet creaminess and the malt taste, it not get me, mba.
See, abeg, if you want greet me now, have a great multi day.
Well, you've heard it live and direct. Start your day with a Nescafe Multi every day. And have a great multi-day. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
Attention secondary school graduates, parents, and working professionals seeking to enroll into the university. Miva Open University is admitting students for September 2023, and you only need WAEC or NECO results with 5 credits, including math and English. We offer degrees in highly sought-after fields that are in high demand within the job market. Application is free, and you can get 40% discount on tuition fees when you apply early. Apply now at www.miva.university. Miva Open University is licensed by the National Universities Commission.
Boniface, my guy. Waiting to your face.
My friend, see how you dey live fine. You don't buy car, you don't marry, and I hear say you don't complete your house sef. And I dey here with no money, no job, even to feed sef na problem.
Brotherly. Overthinking no fit solve problem, my guy. Now online trading that they run and na Square Financial teach me.
Square Financial?
No.
How?
Why don't you reserve a spot in their next free training by sending yes to 0904-859-9688. Squared Financial is a reputable company and they will teach you how to start online trading and make profit. To reserve a spot in their next free training, send yes to 0904-859-9688.
Yes, it's Jumia's anniversary from the 16th to the 30th of June, and we're definitely flexing you with juicy discounts at affordable prices on a wide range of products you can trust. You also enjoy free delivery on thousands of items, and you can return any item for free. So come flex with us and shop from brands such as Diageo, Nivea, Oraimo, Xiaomi, Adidas, and more. Terms and conditions apply. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Give me fufu now. I have been standing here since.
How many?
5, no meat.
Guy, 5 fufu, no meat?
Bros, I have to save money. I have been working almost 5 years with no salary increase. I will be getting married in another year.
My guy, your solution is not saving, no. You should just enroll at IT.
I want to save money. I don't want any pyramid scheme, bros.
Listen, IT is a tech school that can equip you with the tech skills you need to get a well-paying job in tech anywhere in the world.
Bros, all these schools are expensive.
So Diki, IT runs a 3-semester program and each semester is just 120,000 naira. Plus, they will help you with job placement after you graduate.
For real?
If you don't get a job within 6 months of graduating, you get your money back guaranteed.
For real?
Just go on www.aiti.ng or call
080-0000-2484 to get started. But first, chop meat with this your fufu.
Have you been searching for a reliable source of power? Are you tired of poor, inconsistent, and expensive power supply? Worry no more. Now introducing BB Jump, a leading brand in the solar energy industry in Africa. BB Jump provides authentic quality solar home solution products and energy storage batteries. With our high volt and low volt lithium-ion battery and hybrid inverters, you are sure of a steady source of power supply as we put you in charge of how you generate and use your electricity. Switch over to the smooth, easy side of life with BB Jump Solar. Guess what? You, yes, you can join our winning team as a dealer or distributor across Nigeria and Africa as we bring our products closer to users at huge discounts. For more information, contact us on 0908-7595-484 or send a mail to service@bwebwejump.com indicating your interest. BB Jump Solar. Enjoy easy life with electricity.
The round table is back.
I recall that the former Minister for Interior, Abdulrahman Dambazao, said that people go in as dogs and come out as lions.
I don't think the Nigerian government actually took the time to look at it from a holistic perspective.
And it's just really painful because it seems as though that, with every new government, we tend to miss the previous government.
It's just like you put human beings to live as pigs inside a place. How do you correct such? I don't even know who gave them the idea of changing the name.
The round table this June 28th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, 29th, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and 30th, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Be part of the table on 99.3 Lagos, 92.3 Port Harcourt, and 95.1 Abuja. Let's talk.
I would just say that we're all stakeholders in the business of building Nigeria.
Hi there, my name is Mercy Johnson Okoji.
My name is Joke Silva.
Hi there, I am Aprocodoct.
My name is Chef Winnie, aka Delicious Food.
It's your boy Cruz with Joe. I love cooking.
And my choice of cooking oil.
And my choice of cooking oil is Power Oil.
Is Power Oil.
My choice is Power Oil.
Use Power Oil. It's triple filtered. It contains omega-6 and 9, and it's fortified with vitamin A. Plus, it comes in different packs and sizes, so you can afford it without breaking the bank.
Samsung is back with the biggest blue tax sale ever. Buy any Samsung consumer electronics product from any authorized store and get a raffle ticket to stand a chance to win 10 million naira worth of prizes, including television, washing machine, refrigerator, Samsung Galaxy Tab, and Samsung mobile devices. Our lucky winners will be chosen on live draws on Samsung social media platforms, and you could be one of them. We have a total of 46 gifts and have 6 draws. There will be free delivery and free installation for AC purchased in Lagos and Abuja. Sales run till 30th of June 2023. Hurry up to the nearest Samsung store to you while stocks last.
Naija people with the yarn better tori abeg.
Man like Osimhen, Baba just dey chop Italian league like Oha. Chelsea want am, Man you dey wait, even Mourinho dey hate. Come off it.
No one tells a story like we do. Stream live football, local and international shows on Showmax, Africa's original streaming service. Sign up at showmax.com.
Hey, Mama. Taste is key and that's how we communicate. Best nourishment in every scoop. Mama, taste it, Mama. Share the love. We all together. I love my Mama. Mama, taste it. Mama, nourishing. Mama, scoop it.
Your Nutrilicious Bama is now available in sachet.
Behind every child's first step is a great mom. First words, first birthday, first day at school. Great moms are there all the way to care and to nurture. And with the Pears Baby range, you choose to put your baby first. Available in lotion, oil, cream, and jelly, and made of natural mild ingredients. Pears is pure and gentle for all your baby skincare needs. Put your baby first today with the Pears Baby range of products.
The Infinix Note 30 series, the baddest selfless phone. So classy, yet powerful.
put it against another phone, and it reverse charges it. A smartphone that doubles as a power bank comes with a long-lasting battery that fast charges with lightning bolt speed. To put it simply, it carries its own weight and pulls the weight of others. Fancy you a phone that makes you a dirty BG? You've got the answer.
Take charge 24/7 with the Infinix Note 30. All-round wireless fast-charging smartphone that charges almost 99% of your other devices.
Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in a mug, some like it on the road. That's right! Whatever your hustle, stay refreshed and ready with the creamy, great-tasting new Nescafe Ready to Drink. It comes in a convenient pack with a straw, so you can enjoy it anywhere, anytime. No dulling. Nescafe Ready to Drink. Refresh for the hustle.
This is the University of Africa. Here, the most important qualification is imagination, because here, everyone has a reason to imagine.
Passion, finesse, skill, beats, stunts, beats.
What's your reason? We want to hear it from you. Imagine it with you. Maybe even make it a reality for you. Follow at Airtel Nigeria on all social media platforms for more details. T's and C's apply.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Moves must be made. My people just to work hard. Dreams and challenges motivate us. But sometimes, when the journey gets tiring, all we need is something to push our limits.
Reactor, ignite your energy, bring out your inner champion. Reactor, ignite your energy, bring out your inner champion.
Reactor Energy Drink. What you need to push your limits. Push your limits.
When I was 5 months pregnant, I started using bio oil for stretch marks. I must say, if I'd known about it before, I would have started using it earlier. I've been really impressed with the results.
Bio oil helps improve the appearance of scars, stretch marks, and uneven skin tone. Bio oil is available in all leading pharmacies and shops and is available online on Jumia. To identify genuine bio oil products, look out for the Sproxil, scratch, and text PIN and be instantly rewarded with airtime. Bio oil skincare oil is clinically proven as safe for its intended use by adults, including pregnant women. In the unlikely event of skin irritation, please discontinue use.
Leadway, we give you more. You're safe and secure with the power of more. There's more to Leadway, you can be sure. More wealth and good health for you. There's more to generational wealth. There's more to Leadway, get more with Leadway. Secure your future and your health. There's more to Leadway, get more with Leadway. To serve you well, we put them all together. More services to focus on our people. Happy faces everywhere. Your goals are secure. Non-banking financial services surely number one.
Get more with Leadway, your one-stop shop for all your non-banking financial services. Visit one.leadway.com to get started.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The nation's number one talk station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's 8:43. Welcome back to the Crossfire. Yes, we're live from our audio-visual studios here on Atimi and Christian Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Sheriff Quadry. I have Taiwo Idile here from PwC, and we're talking about I don't even know what to call it again, Taiwo. Yeah, just talking about Naira and whatever we want to call it. Let's pick up from where we left off. The last call about dollarization, and that fear is genuine. Really, that fear is quite genuine.
Yes, I think like we started by saying some call it Naira depreciation, some say it's an appreciation depending on where they're looking at it from. But I think one way you can put it easily without going wrong is you can say that the federal government has removed FX subsidy because there were subsidies that they were introducing in different markets. The subsidy everybody plays on a level playing field determined by the market. Now, question around dollarization, yes, this has always been a concern for many people. I don't think you can stop it 100%. I think the biggest aspect of it has to be driven by government itself. Government has to stop demanding for dollars for any payment within Nigeria. So as we speak today, there are provisions in the tax laws, VAT, withholding tax, where they say if you pay for a transaction in foreign currency, you must equally pay the tax in foreign currency. We have government agencies, the Master, Nigerian Port Authorities, asking for payment in dollars, right? So government itself has to lead the way and be proud of Naira and then make payments to be Naira based. There's already a requirement in the foreign exchange control manual that says you should not conduct transactions in dollars. So ordinarily, a landlord should not ask you to pay rent in dollars, even if that is in Banana Island, right? So that's what the law says. But imagine that you are so desperately looking for that property to rent, and the guy say, "Oh boy, I don't care waiting government talk." So you have the dollar to pay. You pay, and nobody will know that you have paid. So sometimes dollarization is driven by the fear of devaluation. People are afraid of holding their wealth in Naira because they know by this time next year they could have lost 20-30% of it. So they want a currency that is stable. So which is why the most important thing for us is not whether Naira appreciates to become $1 to $1. It is whether Naira is stable so that the exchange rate does not move significantly, and that attracts investment. It builds confidence in the Nigerian system and Nigerian Naira, so people even want to invest in Naira assets. That is really the point that we should be driving at.
Right. Incidentally, you have answered my question, my two-part question, because my question was going to be what will likely then happen to the Naira, the local currency now, as regards the value and all. Then the second part will be then what is likely to happen to foreign direct investment. Is there something you can shed light on?
Yes, definitely. So with what has happened now, what we expect is we need to still build the confidence. So there's an excitement, not only in Nigeria, but globally about what Nigeria is doing now. You've seen the likes of IMF, leading banks, investment banks, even analysts all saying this is the right thing that they have been asking for. The former central bank governor, SLS, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, Royal Highness, also said the same thing. This is what we have been asking for so long. So we need to then follow up excitement with the right pronouncements. And I think so far the CBN is doing well. Just a few things that they also need to do. Then once that confidence is sustained, we're going to see in a matter of weeks, money will start coming in. It will start most likely with the foreign portfolio investors returning their dollars to the Nigerian capital market. Once that happens, what do you think that Naira is likely to appreciate? Because if you have more supply than demand, then the value of your currency would appreciate. Now, whether it appreciates or not, so long as the confidence is there, you're going to see foreign direct investment returning to Nigeria. You're going to see all manners of investors coming back with their dollars. You're going to see Nigerian exporters confident enough to bring in their proceeds from export back to Nigeria. And once you have investment, there were years we had foreign direct investment in tens of billions of dollars. Last year, we had under $500 million for the whole country in a whole year. That's the kind of money you attract for just one project, not a whole country. Once you have FDI coming back, there can be no growth without investment. Investment is the major driver of economic growth. You're going to see factories being built, industries being built, businesses spending up. They will need suppliers, they will need employees to create employment, go up. This is what we have been asking for. I think this is the best way to grow an economy is to create the right environment for investment, both domestic and foreign investment.
Right. Talking about investment, Taiwo, I've really thought about this because this thing can't happen in isolation. You have borders being closed. You have some prohibited items on the list of importation. What is the connection between all of this and this new policy of the government? Will it positively affect the stability of the Naira and the value of the Naira when you remove the subsidy of the Naira now as regards the kind of products that come into the country? Should this list still be enforced by this move, or we should open up the economy so that investors can truly and confidently bring in products into the country?
Great question, Sherry. Yes, so this is, when I was saying that the CBN has been doing the right things, and I said there are a few left. So this is actually some of the things I had in mind. So we have this list of 43 items that the central bank says you cannot go to us, you cannot come to us to look for your dollars. So go and find your dollars anywhere you can, but not from the government. And these items they're not contraband. So there's no law that says you cannot bring them in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you find things there, sugar, rice. I know there's toothpick there, but there are other things there that it's not a crime to bring them into Nigeria.
Right.
So what those people that are doing them were now doing was to go to the parallel market and look for their dollars. So governments essentially push demand to a market that does not have depth. Because it does not have depth, then the rates started going up. And then it created the problem that we are now trying to deal with. So what government needs to do is to allow anyone and everyone, so long as what we are importing is not illegal, go to the market and look for your dollar. Now, when government wants to discourage any consumption or importation like toothpick, and then impose higher rate at the border. So I'll say, when you import toothpick into Nigeria, your import duties is 300%. Whatever I feel is enough to discourage people from importing toothpick without hitting up the foreign exchange market. That is number one. The second important point you raise is the border closure. The previous administration, in my view, was not very sincere with Nigerians. They say we're self-sufficient in rice. We knew, everybody apart from the government people knew we were not self-sufficient in rice. You just find rice all over the place. And then you say that, you have border closure, don't bring in this. So when you do that, what you do is actually increase the cost of those items, and government does not get the import duties on them. So you lose both ways. What government needs to do, in my view now, is use data to say what is the consumption locally, what is the local production capacity, what is the gap, and then plan over a period of time how you replace that gap with local production. But in the meantime, please open the border for these items to come in and punishing Nigerians unnecessarily for things they cannot control.
Right, indeed. Taiwo, we need to go now. But before we go, I'd like to ask you my final question, which is, what would you advise? So we've removed the subsidy on Naira now, as you've put it. What would you advise the next step of the CBN should be in consolidating this policy?
Excellent. So the CBN needs to work with other agencies, particularly the fiscal authorities. I know that cabinets are still being formed, but we have to have a handshake between monetary policy, fiscal policies, and other policies. And you need to make sure that your communications are very clear in terms of the direction you're going. And don't issue things just randomly and then come back and reverse it. That's what we've gone through in the past, almost 9 years. We need to move away from that. One, build confidence. two, to attract liquidity back to that market. And then number three, to ensure that the exchange rate is stable, which is really what we need for our country. That would be my advice to the settlement. Government needs to stop the payment of local taxes and levies in dollars. That is very urgent and it should be done like yesterday.
Tawe Dele, fiscal policy partner and Africa tax leader at PwC. Thank you so much for joining us today again, sir.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Lagos, that's our show this morning. You can watch this show again on Facebook and on YouTube. Just type in Nigeria Info 99.3 and you'll be able to watch again. But we're not done, we're not done. At 9 o'clock, we'll bring you our next conversation, and that is on Asari Dokubo's expose. It's coming up after the news. Stay with me, please.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey! Samsung don't land with your gag patakota of all the blue taxes ever. To come body, buy any Samsung consumer electronic product from any authorized store. Then collect raffle ticket to take get chance to win prizes where it's 10 million naira of television, washing machine, refrigerator, Samsung Galaxy Tab, and Samsung phones them. Now, Koro like this, now they go select lucky winners on top Samsung social media platforms. And you feel one of them, inside this our total of 46 gifts and 6 draws. Free delivery and free installation of AC. Go day when you buy for Lagos and Abuja. Market day till June 30, 2023. Quickly go to the Samsung store near you. Now we market still day.
It's midnight. You're on an important call. Suddenly you hear.
You have 1 minute remaining.
You quickly check your wallet. And there's no cash. What if you could recharge without cash and even get some bonus? Low on credit? No problem. Recharge your MTN line by downloading my MTN NG app or dial star 904 hash to buy airtime directly from your bank account anytime, any day, and enjoy a 15% bonus on every recharge. Yes, it's that easy. MTN. What are we doing today?
Yes, your baby can suck for Africa. Now, I hope you have taken COVID-19 vaccine to protect you and the baby. Protection? The vaccine builds antibodies that help protect mothers and their unborn babies. And for breastfeeding mothers like you, who are 18 and above, those antibodies are transmitted to your breast milk and it protects your baby.
Nurse, but I don't have money for the vaccine.
The vaccines are free and available. Really? In fact, since you are here for your baby's routine immunization, you can get your COVID-19 vaccine as well, right here in this facility.
This is actually a good idea.
Pregnant women can also use the opportunity of their ANC visits to get their COVID-19 vaccination as well.
Pregnant women and mothers of children under 5, including breastfeeding mothers, can get vaccinated for COVID-19 during their antenatal visits or when they bring their babies for their routine immunization. The COVID-19 vaccine helps build immunity for both mother and child against the virus.
Did you know that there are endless career opportunities for you in tech? Absolutely. Tired of continuously seeking admission? Or do you need a better job? Alt School Africa is your ticket to a thriving career. Start your career in tech and earn a diploma from Alt School Africa. Choose from code and no-code programs like front-end engineering, back-end engineering, data science, data analysis, product design, and product management. Picture this: affordable tuition, online classes, interactive live sessions, seasoned tutors, and even soft skills training. Apply now and enjoy 50% off tuition fees at altschoolafrica.com. That's altschoolafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Colors, they add meaning to our lives. From birth and naming of a child.
May your life be rich and potent as the red palm oil.
Colors tell of the feelings in our hearts. Through rainbow-like roses or even bubbly emojis. Colors speak of our distinctive ancestry through the shade of our skin. Colors are in the bright garbs we wear to impress. Or the deluxe coat we give our buildings.
Wow, this is so beautiful.
And with our proudly Nigerian deluxe paints now available in any color, express your world however you want it. Visit a Deluxe Color Center to get any color instantly.
Deluxe, let's color.
Right. So guys, this is the plan. We go in at sunrise and we attack without mercy.
Glow World shops won't see us coming.
Taye, you are to make sure we get all the best phones, alright?
Yes, boss.
Lara, you have to make sure that we don't miss the 18GB bonus deals for 6 months.
Understood, sir.
Chigozie, your job is to draw up the payment plan. Codename Pay Small Small.
Chigozie,
enjoy sweet deals at Glow World. Walk into any Glow World shop, your one-stop shop for devices and gadgets, and get 18 gigabytes bonus data when you buy your phone, which you can pay for at your convenience.
Glow Unlimited.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Whether you're listening to your number one talk station or the radio station of the year, they are both one and same. It's 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The world is constantly changing.
Students sit exams on bare floor in Amichi's alma mater.
But your place for news and great talk remains the same.
There's a saying in Igbo language that Oyebulu one day Dokru. One that kills his brother wouldn't say that he's a champion. Champion over what?
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 9 o'clock.
The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
DSS says some persons are planning what they call campaign of calumny for the agency as well as the federal government. Nigerian military denies involvement in Niger Delta oil theft after accusations from ex-militant Asari Dokubo. Woman and her baby and 6 others feared dead after flood in Agege axis of Lagos. Ohanes Endigbo reacts over demolition plans by Lagos government. Lagos State Police Command arrests suspects in different parts of the state for alleged crimes. Nigeria Population Commission admonishes media on factual reporting as it concerns postponed 2023 census. From our Rivers governor, here's some weekend reviews. He was poisoned. In 2018, CBN removes restrictions on domiciliary account. Super Eagles qualify for 2023 AFCON after 3-2 win over Sierra Leone. These are the stories that we've got our eyes on here on Nigeria Info 99.3. We have the update next at 10, top of the hour. I'm Sheriff. It's back to the Crossfire Lagos. Top of the morning to you.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
I came here today to give words of encouragement to the President for the actions and policies so far made in these less than 3 weeks of governing a very difficult country like Nigeria. We discussed on a wide range of issues, especially on security and oil theft in the Niger Delta. Myself and my brothers, I assured the President that there will be zero oil theft and vandalization in the Niger Delta. We are going to work with NNPC, PCL, and the IOCs to make sure that oil theft is brought to zero. I also want to say that oil theft is encouraged by the military. The military is at the center of oil theft. And we have to make this very, very clear to the Nigerian public. 99% of oil theft can be traced to the Nigerian military. the Army and the Navy especially. The Army and the Navy intimidate the civil defense, who are by status the people who are supposed to guard these pipelines. They receive a lot of money from NNPC, PCL, and the IOCs, and just across the corner, you will see a houseboat. A few meters from the houseboat, you will see an oil bunkering refinery or tapping directly from oil well heads. It is very pathetic now. What is happening in the Niger Delta in the past 8 years was unprecedented in the history of oil production anywhere in the world.
There you go. Asari Dokubo speaking there shortly after meeting President Bola Tinubu. He was speaking unequivocally, really. There is no ambiguity in his accusations. The Nigerian Armed Forces, the Navy and the Army, they've denied any involvement in anything like oil theft in the Niger Delta. The Navy said, look, give us names, prove what you're saying. That's the Army speaking there. There've been reactions. Even politicians have waded in. They've weighed in on this. They've said their thoughts. There are different groups as well that have shared their thoughts as well. Now, so look, whoever and whatever anybody says, there is something that we know. The fact is undisputed that our crude is being stolen. That is a fact. Now, what we don't know, what we don't have solid facts on is that who are the people stealing our crude? The high and mighty in the IOCs, international oil companies, the Nigerian military, the Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian Army, the elites in the country, or even foreign governments, maybe foreign oligarchs. We don't know for sure who these people are. But I'm sure the question is, are they done with us? Or are we done with them? Are they going to say, you know what? May we free them, may we free them, may we free them, so they are done with us? Or are we going to be the one that would say, enough? Is President Tinubu ready to stop this fuel theft? It's a madness that has gone on for too long, far too long. Asari is not saying anything new. He didn't say anything new. There's nothing absolutely new in what he said. What he's just saying is throwing accusations at the military. Essentially, he's saying our crude is being stolen. And he's fingering the military as accomplices, the Nigerian Army and the Navy. But the fact that our crude is being stolen is not new at all. Who is responsible? We do not know. What the government of today is going to do about it, maybe they are planning their strategy. There are concerns every now and again when non-state actors come to the public to say that, look, I now have contract to guard pipelines of this country. Meanwhile, we have civil defense there. When non-state actors are saying, look, it is our military that is aiding this crime. When non-state actors are saying, we are the ones protecting you, not the military. To me, those are great concerns. Those are events of you don't even want to think about the magnitude to which these events can go. Because now, the question is, what role do they play? Is this just about, I want to have a share of the cake? Is this about government is now determined? If government is determined, why hasn't the government said anything? Especially on crude theft. Lagos, there you go. You've heard the sound. Let me hear your thought. This happened last week, and we're just talking about it now, right? Okay, being Monday, that is. 0700 993 993 993. And female only line is 01 465 7190. So if you're a first time caller, you can call 01 277 0993, 01 277 1993, 01 277 2993, and 01 277 3993. Please make it brief and please turn off your radio. Very important. Morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
This is Rita from Lakwe.
Welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff, I agreed. But one thing, it's not by we know, but we want to catch them. In fact, they are done with us. Let me just say it that way. They are done with Nigeria. It's now for Nigerians now to take up with what we have. Because, Mr. Sheriff, if you notice, a lot of people have been appointed in that position. The military themselves. How can somebody go there? Okay, me, ordinary person, Mr. Sheriff, can I go there and steal that crude? No. There are securities there. So this thing is, I don't even know what we are going to do, because even if we appoint another person, the same thing, they have a way of doing it. And the masses are suffering for this thing. So I don't know whether they have to sack all of them or whether we'll go individual to guide it, which is not possible. So we are those people we are going to trust that are going to be taking care of those things, because I see, Mr. Sheriff, if you come out and say, you tell me where is the proof, this thing is done by individuals, Nigerians, who are top over there, and they are using the military to do this, because everybody will say, we are not this, because they are even scared of calling themselves their name, because all of them there that they are leading us, all of them, they are all what? They are the oil. Because I don't know what to say again now. If you don't have position, you can't go there and do it. So they're not doing it, and the military now are falling to it because everybody is corrupt. Let's take our own share. It's part of our own share. Let them do whatever they want to do.
Okay.
And it's wrong.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Sheriff.
Thank you too for calling. Igwe Victor joins us now. Igwe, morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sheriff.
Morning to you.
Can you hear me? I'm on the road.
But we can't talk to you like that. I'm really sorry. It's quite noisy. No, we can't have that conversation. Good morning to you.
Morning, Sheriff.
Yes, please.
My name is Engineer Kundayo. I'm calling you from Ikorodu.
You're welcome, sir.
See what Asari Dokubo said is true, especially about Navy. I happen to have participated in the industry before in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Those loading, before you load any vessel, officially in Nigeria, the final approval must come from the Navy and the Navy headquarters. So what Asari Dokubo said is really true. And you can, other callers that are listening, that are from that area, they will confirm what I've just said. Now, when they gave the last contract to Tompolo, just when Buhari was to to exit the government, Asari Dokubo and some other stakeholders, ex-militants, you know, they fought Tompolo before it was settled among them. So they are all involved in all this racketeering. Now, when Tompolo started this contract, you must have seen videos of illegal pipes.
That's right.
Yeah, there were so many.
That's right.
You know, so it confirms what Asari Dokubo said, that they will just go to the wellhead. Wellhead is where they finally load the vessels and drill it illegally and put their own pipes and extend. So what Asari Dokubo said is true. I don't want to waste time. My advice to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if he wants to save Nigeria, he should find the of the NPC. You know, the last 8 years, the rate of legalization and oil theft is unprecedented in the world. It is true. It should prove NNPC as an organization and their former GMs. Thank you.
Thank you too, engineer. Thanks for calling me. Kenny is in VI here. Kenny, hi. Good morning to you.
Hi. Good morning, Sherry.
Thank you for holding the line, Kenny.
Yeah, thank you. Oil theft is, just like you said, is known. I mean, it's a fact. It's all that. My major concern was when I was watching Asari Dokubo. No matter how important he is or how close he is to the president, he is a non-state actor. Now, to go to the presidency, the highest institution of government, and the issuing press statements in the presidency and speaking like that about the Nigerian military and the armed forces generally. And the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
True.
I mean, can we try to do, even if he knows what he knows and he has discussed it with the president, must he be saying that in the presidency? And that is where the commander-in-chief lives. I don't even think it's proper in the first place.
Okay.
There are some things that should have been done, and let's hope and believe that this president will tackle that problem, and we get solution for it. But to have a non-state actor having such powers, how do you think the good element? Because not everybody in the military is corrupt. That we have to be sure of.
Yeah, certainly.
How do you think the good elements among them will feel when a non-state actor can be sitting at the presidency, just where the president is their commander-in-chief, and he's saying that kind of thing? Oh, come on. I think we need to do better.
Well said, Kenny. Well
Thank
said. Very well said. Kingsley, let's speak with you. Kingsley, hi. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Oluwafemi.
Yes, please. Morning.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
You see, the problem with Nigeria is that most times when we see the truth, we now leave the good message, we start attacking the messenger. It doesn't make sense to me. You understand?
I'm with you.
No matter who says anything, no matter who he is, these are facts at the end of the table. It's not as if it's not rocket science. These things are not new.
Yes,
we know about these things. You understand?
We know.
So for you to come and exercise it now, and the president has the gut, at least, this president has got a lot of gut to tell him, okay, go to press and say this thing. Not minding that this is a cabal and cartel people that eventually want to attack the presidency and the president. You know that. But the president said, don't worry, go ahead, go to the press and tell them.
The president did not say.
Do you know that?
Wait, hold on. First and foremost, my name is Sheriff, not Oluwafemi. So,
sorry.
Secondly, I don't know where you got Oluwafemi from. Secondly, the president did not tell him to do anything.
He went to see the president first.
No, he went on a visit, and it's a normal practice that journalists are always there.
No, he said it himself. That he discussed with the president.
No, I'm not saying that he did not discuss with the president. I'm telling you that it is free will to address the press. The president did not direct him to come and address the press.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me tell you something, Cherry. You see, these people are in this country. There was a time a ship got missing. That ship got missing. Eventually, they raised alarm. They found it. After finding the ship, they arrested like 24 people that was involved. There's some Indians involved in it. You know that after some time, those Indians, 16 of them, they were released. You understand? Up to date, the other ones don't know what happened to them. And they said emphatically that they were involved. I mean, how can you tell me a whole trailer of crude, 500,000 barrels of crude will be stolen, and the naval ships, the other doesn't know about it. So Asari knows what he's talking about. my prayer is for the president to get strength and get the guts and zeal to be able to tackle this thing, because they will fight back. They will fight back. But this is a cartel and cabal people say that going to right. So what I'm trying to say is, let leave the messenger, please, and let all take the message. God bless you.
Thank you too for calling me. Appreciate it. Okay, I'd like to quickly just address that again. So he's right when he said that the vessel that was arrested outside the shores of this country and brought back into the country, the crew on that vessel, they were released at that time. The commanding officer forward operating base, Bonnie, was explaining why they released those people. He said after the seizure of the merchant ship, the crew members were charged to the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt for trial in January. He said the very large crude carrier, and he mentioned the name of the crew, and its 26 foreign crew were arrested after entering Nigeria. Nigeria's waters unauthorized with intent to lift crude oil. And he said subsequently they were charged to court, and later they pleaded guilty as well as elected voluntarily to enter into a plea bargain agreement with Nigeria. So that was why they were released. There was a plea bargain with the government of Nigeria. And, it's one of the ways of conflict resolution, plea bargaining as well. Let's look at Nena before we prepare and go out. Nena, morning to you.
Morning.
Yes, miss.
Yeah, Sheriff. Yeah, if Asari is not supposed to say it, who is supposed to say it? Apparently the labor for the people, do you understand? These are the things labor should say and talk if they are not benefiting from it. For the army, if you say you don't do it, Navy, you don't do it, Abi, and we all know that there's bunkering and theft. Who have you caught? Good morning.
And then thanks for calling me. Appreciate it. Lagos, let's go to social media and take some reactions there. Here we go. We're going to start with WhatsApp. We've got some comments here on WhatsApp. I'm going to start with this one here that reads, please, there is nothing wrong in Asari Dokubo having a press conference after visiting president. The press room is free for every Nigerian to use. Asari would not be the first Nigerian to address the press in Aso Rock. Let's face a criminality issue and stop chasing shadows. That's no name here, but thank you for sharing, though. Appreciate it. I'm going to take another one from Jamu initially. Jamu says, let the president bring all the leaders of all the military safeguard the area into book if truly he means well for the nation. Jamu initially on WhatsApp, drop that. Jamu, thank you. I'll come to our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube in a moment. In the meantime, I've got this one from Ayaba Esteri from Badagry, who says, Asari Dokubo is on point. How do we know? Every naval officer that was sent to JTF returned a multi-millionaire. Follow the money, check their bank accounts, let them explain to Nigerians how they got so rich if they can. Ayaba Esteri from Badagry sent that in. 9:22 is the time here. Morning Crossfire 99.3 Nigeria info. I've got another one here on WhatsApp that reads, Asari's assertion is slightly off. To accuse the military of stealing crude is wrong because they rather aid the bunkers and collect their cut. And this is not to say it is the military as a whole, but a few bad elements, political elements and dubious businessmen. The military, on its part, should take this criticism and self-inspect instead of asking for evidence or denial. Well said. Well said. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. Okay, let's go to our live stream right now and take some comments off of there. We're going to start with Facebook live stream. I have this one here, and it reads, all of them can't be corrupt, but the law can also affect all. Jonathan Atuvier on Facebook dropped that in. I have another one here from Ahmed Olaniwaji who says, even Buhari regime knew they cannot trust the military, and that was why they gave the security of our pipeline to a private person, Tompolo. The military should cover their face in shame when government can contact a private or contract a private person with security of our pipeline. Thank you. That came in from Ahmed Olaniwaju on our Facebook Live. Jonathan Atuvier, I think I've taken yours, Jonathan. I don't know where I took it, but yeah, I think I've taken it. But thank you for sharing, though. Appreciate it. I'm going to jump now. Let's take just one from Twitter. Can we? I think we can rush it. Collins says both the military, Asari Dokubo, and the government are all culpable. Nigerians are the ones feeling the pains. It says Asari is just looking for a legitimate way to keep stealing our oil. As Collins on Twitter. We're going to head out now. Let's take this break, Lagos. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us here on the Crossfire Extended. I'll be back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
That friend wish up for you. Where you go big rely on.
Need a customized account with zero bank charges? Smooth banking with no stress? Choose the partner that enables limitless possibilities. Free transfer to other banks, free ATM card, and delivery. Download Paralex Bank app now. Paralex Bank.
We are all gathered here today to witness the joining of all 32 of you in blissful matrimony to Glow MiFi and Router. Do you, Wi-Fi enabled devices, take this Glow MiFi and Router as your lawful data plug? Yes, we do! Do you, Glow MiFi and Router, promise to be there in good times and in Sakpa?
Yes, we do!
Now you may stay connected.
Enjoy a connected life with Glow MiFi and Router. Get 60 gigabytes data bonus when you buy a Glow MiFi and 180 gigabytes data bonus when you buy a Glow Router. And connect up to 32 Wi-Fi enabled devices. Available at Glow World shops nationwide. Glow Unlimited.
Hi there, my name is Mercy Johnson Okoje.
My name is Joke Silva.
Hi there, I am Aprocodoct.
My name is Chef Winnie, aka Delicious Food.
It's your boy Cruz with Joe. I love cooking.
And my choice of cooking oil.
And my choice of cooking oil is Power Oil.
My choice is Power Oil.
Use Power Oil. It's triple filtered. It contains omega-6 and 9, and it's fortified with vitamin A. Plus, it comes in different packs and sizes, so you can afford it without breaking the bank.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
And I told Superman to carry me to...
Junior, who are you calling since morning?
I'm talking to Grandma on Let's Chat.
This boy. Mama, don't mind Junior. Ever since he found out that Let's Chat has free video and audio calls, he has been using it to call back to back.
Let him talk, Jare.
The deepest connections are data free on the Let's Chat instant messaging app.
Enjoy high quality free calls on Let's Chat enabled by MTN, Airtel, and Glow when you download the Let's Chat app today. Terms and conditions apply. Let's Chat, where all connections are possible.
Uncle Dentist, what are cavities? And how does Colgate protect my teeth from cavities? Does it use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Most tooth pains are caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavities.
It's time to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Colgate is recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
Eat way, we give you more. You're safe and secure with the power of more. There's more to lead way, you can be sure. More wealth and good health for you, there's more. There's more to generational wealth. There's more to lead way, get more will lead way. Secure your future and your health. There's more to lead way, get more will lead way. To serve you well
Get more with Leadway, your one-stop shop for all your non-banking financial services. Visit one.leadway.com to get started.
Ernesto!
Oga, wetin happen? I don send am go market. Abi e dey owe you money?
Oga pharmacy, no be your boy I dey call jare. I dey ask for NS liver salt, medicine wey dey comot any yamayama discomfort for person belle, whether na heartburn, constipation or even indigestion o. NS liver salt get lemon, orange and other correct flavors. With NS liver salt, belle go dey balance. Oya Oga pharmacy, sama me one make I go enjoy.
NS liver salt, the medicine where they make your belle kulele. Rush and tiny pharmacy, go buy your own now.
Now, product of Neskem Pharmaceutical Limited.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
How is it that Nigeria is struggling with the issues it's struggling with, but some of the smartest people in the world are Nigerians? I think most people have mischaracterized the true cost of corruption. I don't think the most expensive line item in the cost of corruption is what it's done to the economy. I think it's what it's done to sentiment and what it does to talent. In other words, when you corrupt a system, those less deserving get opportunities to which they are not deserving.
Entitled.
The problem is that those who are deserving pick up a little green document called a passport. They get on a plane
and go elsewhere.
And they leave. Because what talent does, when you distort this thing about effort versus reward, is talent goes where it will be rewarded. If you looked at the top 100 investment bankers in Wall Street today, you'd find a healthy percentage of them are Nigerians. The top brain surgeons in the world today, healthy percentage of them, Nigerians. The top investment banking lawyers in the world today, healthy percentage of them, Nigerians. What does that tell you? How is it that Nigeria is struggling with the issues it's struggling with, but some of the smartest people in the world are Nigerians? And then you look at where you'll find those Nigerians, and typically it's not in Nigeria. So I want to say this to all South Africans. If you want to destroy this economy, let the talent lead.
This is an infomercial.
Right, guys, it's that time again for the Conga, reveal. Now, it's the Conga Mid-Year Shopping Festival, and it is back with amazing deals at unbeatable prices. It's like Black Friday, but inside June, which is unheard of. It's like not coming on for another, 4 or 5 months. But here we are. You are getting all these discounts, like right now. Now, from the 30th of May to the 30th of June, you will be getting unbelievable discounts up to 80% off. That is an 80% discount on all FMCG products, computing, electronic, home and kitchen appliances, mobile phones, wine, spirits, and many more, all on Conga. And all you have to do to participate is just go to conga.com and start shopping now. Look for products specifically labeled, that is Conga now. And remember, you are going to get your deliveries within 1 and 6 hours. That is, in 6 hours, you have everything you ordered from Conga, as long as you are within Lagos and Abuja, that is. So just go to conga.com today, seek out the products that are labeled Conga now, and within 1 to 6 hours, you will get it. It is as late as it sounds, so go shopping.
To your number one talk station or the radio station of the year, they are both one and same. It's 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The nation's number one talk station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Yes, we're back. Let's quickly get on with our conversation today. 0700 993 993 and 01465 7190 for the ladies. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to jump on the telephone lines now before we come back to our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. Good morning to you. Oh yeah, so that dropped. So let's take another one. Morning to you.
Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning to you.
This is Pastor Ladipo.
Let's hear you.
Sheriff, my worry is how we are empowering non-state actors and weakening our institutions, especially at the phase where our institutions are being accused right in the government house. Journalists sat down there, they didn't even ask him questions. Since it's a press briefing, in what capacity is he doing it? None of them is asking him questions. I'm afraid this our democracy. We are really, really empowering individuals, empowering them to the detriment of institutions, and we might likely pay dearly for it. Whatever thing he has said is not new. The only thing that would have been new if he has named one person or one thing that would just give us a guideline to what we are doing. It's a pity. This is Pastor Ladipo calling from Orilegom.
Thank you, Pastor Ladipo. And just to correct that impression, there is no way the journalists will just sit there and not ask questions. Definitely, they must have asked him questions. What you are seeing on social media is not the entire event of that day. If you want to get the entire event, you have to have friends who were State House correspondents. Then they will give you the entire thing that he said. But trust me, that wasn't the entire thing that happened. Morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Yes, please. Good morning to you.
Okay. Sheriff, this is not new. I remember, maybe was it last year or 2 years ago, Governor Wike, in the presence of the military commander, told them point to their face that they were the ones stealing crude oil. He said it. They were sitting in his office, in a room, and he told them to prove him wrong. They never did. They all kept quiet. So it's no news that these people are aware of it. You can't be guiding something and it's still being stolen and you say you don't know. It's not all military, definitely. Some people conniving with the IOC members, conniving with NNPC. In fact, I'm surprised that nothing has changed in NNPC since the last 2 weeks. A lot of things have to change in NNPC. Terrible in the last 8 years. Thank you.
Thank you for calling me. Take another one. Morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Sheriff.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Dambaba.
Let's talk.
Thank you. You see, I agree with the other guy that said that the way and manner Asari Dokubo made this statement, I think it was wrong. Because, like he said, Asari Dokubo is a non-state actor. At the same time, if we all, the people that visit Mr. President, come out to make this type of statement, do you think this country will be peaceful as it is now? Imagine if the IGP or the other security chiefs come out to expose, security issues. Because whether you like it or not, what Asari Dokubo says, it has to do with security. They ought to put all these things together and give it to Mr. President, instead of coming out to say all kinds of things. Even though I believe that himself has to answer some questions because himself is involved in all this nonsense that they are talking about today. If we have a country that is working, do you think people like Asari Dokubo will be close to Mr. President? Let's tell ourselves the home truth and leave all this pointing finger. Anybody that come out to point finger suddenly become a messiah or become a freedom fighter. We cannot get it right like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you to you, Damaba, for calling me. Appreciate it. We're going to jump on another one now. Good morning to you. Good morning. Okay, then. Let's take some messages then. We've got quite a number of messages waiting for us. Okay. I'm going to jump on this one here, and he reads, this is no news. Governor Wike confirmed this while speaking to the military in Port Harcourt. He told them to their faces that they are the ones stealing oil. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, my friend. No name. I'm going to take another one that says, those complaining of Asari Dokubo accusing the military wrongly as a non-state actor, we're giving the military the pretext to hide this. No name on that as well. I'm going to take this one that says, Igwe Victor, and it says, even if it's the truth, the source of the information is wrong. So how does that affect the truth? Yeah, I'm just wondering. Victor, I'm just wondering, right? I'm just wondering out loud, yeah? Okay. This person wants to be anonymous, and they said Asari Dokubo and his cohorts, people like Ateke, Boyloaf, and the so-called Avengers, are the major criminals of the crude theft. He has community women and youths who continually go to point of operations to vandalize or use specialists to steal oil. He's a shareholder and an area father who, after being disarmed by Amnesty, still parade high statue okay, I get what you're trying to say. Like, he parade heavy weaponry, right, with his fellow men. Now he wants appointments and he forgets he's part of the criminal gang. Anonymous, drop that. Anonymous, thank you. We're gonna head back to telephone now. Let's take a few more. Good morning to you. Good morning. Okay, let's take another one. Nigeria Info, good morning to you.
Hi, Sherry.
Morning to you.
Jonathan is fine. Now, let me first appreciate Tinubu for opening his door down for everybody to come and say their mind. I would say that I think it's very unfortunate for someone to use a sudden messiah for Asari Dokubo. Probably you don't know him. Go to the YouTube and go and know about him very well. You can't use sudden for him. He's been around for years. I would say that it's a fact that school door is being stolen. Sheriff, he said it. It's a fact that it's not poor man like me that will steal it. It's a fact that is powerful people that range within politicians and these military people that he's talking about, that possibly will be doing it. I don't have a badge. A poor man cannot have a badge. So I think there is fact in what he's saying. I think he has held this for his chest for years. I think it's the convenient time for him to speak. And that's what I see playing out. People I wanted to call you the morning. I just saw kind of reaction. And Nigerians are even so funny sometimes. So do good for them is sometimes a problem. This man is telling us the reality fact. And I feel he knows what he's saying.
Okay.
And I know Tinubu for once, he will not go after the military. He's a politician. He will seek a political solution to all these things, I think.
Thank you.
Must get to the roots. Enjoy your morning, sir.
Thank you, Jonathan. Let's go with Franca. Hi, Franca. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
Yeah, for me, the messenger himself, he just only wants these people out of the way so he can start his own looting. To me, what he's saying is the truth. But how he's accusing these people is a different thing. But for them, they want to take over as well to continue from their own test. That's what I would say. Thank you.
Thank you, Franca. Thanks for calling me. It's 9:42 now. Let's see who's here. Morning to you. Good morning.
Hello?
Please turn off.
Good morning.
Yes, morning to you.
Good morning.
We can hear you, sir. Morning to you. You can't hear me?
Hello, Sheriff. Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Please go on.
Let me remain anonymous as well.
That's fine.
You see, people will just come out from their comfort zone and begin to say what they don't understand. However, I was a military officer, and I want to tell you that what this man, Asari Dokubo, said is nothing but the truth. You see, this country, there is nobody that will have the wherewithal, the will to say, let me probe into the military. Because if they dare do that, the rot in that place, in fact, is unquantifiable. So anybody that is coming, defending, they are just wasting their time because nobody can do this. Nobody can do this without the aid of the security agencies. Look, if I post you a recent letter that is posted to the presidency from the junior ranks, in fact, Sheriff, you will be surprised. So nobody should come out and begin to say what they don't know. They are accomplices. And that's why Dokubo is saying what he knows. He has been there for a very long time. He knows all these things. They knows. Even if he's an accomplice, he knows they were using them to do all these things. The army will not come and tell you, oh, yes, we are involved. They will always deny. Rot, where they there, not be small. Thank you.
Thank you, Anonymous. Austin is also here on the line. Hi, Austin. Morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sheriff.
Good morning, sir. Please turn off your radio. Thank you.
How are you doing?
Please turn off your radio. Thank you. Please go on.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, better now. I'm doing okay.
All right. Thank you very much for having me. I'm not a fan of Mr. Asari Dokubo, but what he said is just the right thing. He knows what he's saying. For one to trade in crude is not a small business. For VLCC to come into Nigerian waters without being noticed, it's not possible.
It's impossible.
It is not possible. For Afrimas to come into Nigerian waters without being noticed is impossible. For Shawmas to come into Nigerian waters without being noticed is impossible. So he knows that those people that are there are doing it. It's just true. But anyway, I trust this this president. He knows the right call to make. It's just a matter of time.
Okay.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you for calling me too. Appreciate it. 9:45 now. What do? Let's go to our live stream. Let's go take some comments on there. I'll come back to the telephone in a moment. Quadry Oyibode says what Asari Dokubo did was to bail the cat. The military can't feign ignorance. Oil racket has become so lucrative that they are neck deep into it. Asari Dokubo needs an award. That's Godwin Oyibode who drove that here. Godwin, thank you for sharing your thoughts on our live stream on Facebook. Let me go to our live stream on YouTube. Let's go take some thoughts there. Odunwayo Emmanuel says, can you ask the president to cut down government expenses before putting Olumorok in the head of the masses? Okay, I don't know what he's talking about, but thank you, Odunwayo, for the effort. Appreciate it. Ikechukwu Iwumune says they have reduced the Nigerian military to a mere second fiddle agency. Non-state actors have been elevated to prominence. As Ikechukwu Iwumune who dropped that here. Afolayan Abiodun also says, what about Asari Dokubo himself? He's among those people that still are crude. As Afolayan Abiodun on our live stream on YouTube. I'll take one more comment on YouTube. Hamilton Pax says, this is corporate stealing. Asari is also involved. Hamilton, thank you for sharing. I'm back to telephone now. Morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff.
Yes, sir. Morning.
Let me remain anonymous.
That's fine.
People are busy complaining about the oil theft. What of Asari Dokubo making allegations that him and his boys are the ones securing Nigeria? That one, why can't we look into it and question him about that? Who gave them ammunition and other things they used to secure Nigeria? Thank you.
Thank you too. I'm not sure. I think you're exaggerating. He didn't say Nigeria. He mentioned a particular location. Yeah. So yeah, I just thought to correct that. Good morning to you. Morning. Okay, let's take another call then. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to call me back. I'm sorry, that was very late. Morning to you.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Sheriff. Good morning, sir.
Morning to you.
Yes, my name is Francis Metini.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, I complained about this oil theft one time ago in Lagos, when they demolished my house in 2019 in Takwa Bay. That the key people are the Navy and the top men in charge. Nobody listened to me. I was granted an interview on the 23rd January 2019. Nobody listened. Now Asari is saying it now. It's not a story. It's not a story. Even NNPC in Lagos State, we know the people that are involved when I was staying in Takwabi Island. The key people, the pump man, the depot chief, the naval top men, both of them are involved, not the common men. The common men, they are just picking to shop.
Did you see these people? Did you witness anything?
Can I tell you something?
Tell me.
How will the people know that they want to pump oil from the depot to another department before they will take the operation if there is no information from the depot?
Yeah, so I get what you're trying to say, right? But you're mentioning the naval chief and all of these things, but then you don't have a proof to that effect. I'm asking if you witnessed them at Takwa Bay. Did you witness any of these naval chiefs at Takwa Bay? Oh, shame on you, network. Shame on you. Shame on this network. Oh, I'm really sorry. I can't hear you anymore.
I know what has happened.
Shoot. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I can't hear anything anymore. So there's no doubt there could have been an insider information. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you have saboteurs everywhere. But to be very specific and be saying naval chiefs, top this, top that, that's why I needed to ask him that question as to, did you see them? Where did they at any point in time during the course of your stay on Takwa Bay Island see any service chief or somebody that looked like a high-ranking naval officer or a high-ranking military person on the ground supervising, or maybe not even supervising, but just there on the ground? Yeah, that needed to be confirmed. I'm going to jump on another call. We're almost done this morning. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please. Good morning to you.
My name is Nathaniel Mamwa. I'm from Niger Delta.
Yes, please.
Exciting conversation.
I want to tell Nigerians that Asari Dokubo is right.
Okay.
I was a river in so long time.
Okay.
The only thing that we saw in the river, it is only military and navy. I'm a German. Then, it is true that we are selling Nigerians. It's not lie. If you saw a navy or any army, that is the work that they are doing. That is the business that they are doing. Even as I'm speaking to you, I was settled them 3 years to 4 years ago. But these people, no poor man in this Nigeria that's doing that business. It is military and the lazy. A poor man can carry sheep, enter Niger Delta and just pack crude oil. No.
Thank you, my friend.
It's right.
Thank you, my friend.
Knowing that somebody is telling me, I saw in my eyes, my two eyes. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in and sharing your thought. Appreciate it. Okay. You know, I appreciate the fact that he said he saw it. He lives in the Niger Delta as well. Yeah. So that's well appreciated. But this is where we'll leave it. I'm sure that there will be follow-up conversations across all our shows. You have the Sunny Side next. You have Hard Facts. Following this show right now is What's Up Lagos. I'm Sheriff Phil. My job is done for today. I'll be back on your radio tomorrow morning at 5. In the meantime, enjoy top-notch radio broadcast here on Nigeria Info 99.3. Bye for now. Good morning to you, Lagos.
This is an infomercial.
And it is Let's Chat that is bringing this, message to you. Now, have you guys ever been on calls where, you're trying to talk to a long-lost friend or even a close friend and, the call you just hear that annoying message from your network provider that, your data is about to finish. Very, very frustrating. Now, you probably have heard about the Let's Chat instant messaging app by now, but what you have not heard is what it does, and I'm here to plug you in to it. Now, say goodbye to insufficient data cutting your
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those that need to be fired are fired.
It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not.